The amazing thing about sailing is you are never finished. There is always something else you can do.
What's your name and when were you born?
My name is Pip Hare and I was born in February 1974.
And where did you grow up?
I was born in London and then I grew up in East Anglia, which is a landlocked place in the UK.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a sailor.
What did you want to be when you were little?
Loads of different stuff. For quite a long time I wanted to be a lady who owned a poodle. Then I wanted to be a writer, and then by the time I got to my teens I wanted to be a sailor.
What is your first memory of sailing?
My first memory of sailing is with my whole family, so with my grandfather and all of my siblings on a folk boat, which is a 24-foot wooden boat, and it's just about jumping in the water and having a great time.
Do you remember your first solo race?
My first solo race was the All-Star. That was the original, the first ever single-handed transatlantic race, and I did that in 2009. The boat was called The Shed. It was a lightweight 395 and it was my home, so I lived on that boat at the time. I'd wanted to do it my whole life. It was an affirmation of my passion and my dream, and it was my first step on the road to the Vendée, and I almost remember every second of that race.
What are your top 3 favorite offshore races?
Wow. The 2011 mini Transat I did from France to Brazil was just incredible. The double-handed round Britain and Ireland race, that is one crazy race and it is well worth doing. I'm going to have a third, there's a bit of a wild card in there, which is the Three Peaks yacht race.
What is the craziest thing you've ever done in your life?
It's probably in 2017 I did the Three Peaks yacht race double-handed with my great friend Charles Hill. You have to sail to each of the 3 highest mountains in England, Scotland and Wales, and then you run up the mountains. And normally in the whole 40 years of the race, it's done in teams of 5. Me and my friend Charles, we decided to do it double-handed. So we did all the sailing and all the running. We ran pretty much 3 back-to-back marathons up mountains and then sailed in between. It was nearly 4 days. We had about 6 or 7 hours sleep each over the whole period. Nobody was really sure if we could do it. We weren't really sure if we could do it, but we did it and we were third across the line. So we've already decided in 2021 we're going to go back and try and win it double-handed.
Who are the sailors that inspire you the most?
When I was younger, I read loads and loads about Sir Peter Blake. I started to read about his entries into the Whitbread. As I got older, he became involved in the America's Cup. And for me, he was always a massive hero. It was devastating when he lost his life. Reading about him and what he did inspired me greatly. I think no British solo sailor could not be inspired by Ellen MacArthur. What she achieved in such a short amount of time at such a young age was absolutely phenomenal. Looking to modern day, I look to France, to all of the guys in France, the way that they train, the way they work together. I absolutely aspire to be as good as that.
Who are the up-and-coming sailors who inspire you?
Just look around, there are great sailors absolutely everywhere. I salute you young people, you're nailing it.
What's your biggest sailing dream? Is it the Vendée Globe?
The Vendée Globe has been my sailing dream since I was 16 or 17, without a doubt. The amazing thing about sailing is you are never finished. There is always something else you can do. I love ocean racing, but also later on in my life I want to go and explore. I want to do high latitude sailing. I want to see Antarctica. I want to do it all.
I want to be you. Do you have a hidden talent?
I've got a hidden untalent. I cannot sing. I really can't sing. But when I'm in the middle of the ocean, I sing.
What is something you never go sailing without?
Tea.
Do you watch any embarrassing shows on the telly?
Sometimes when I'm really tired. There's a terrible soap opera in the UK. It's called Doctors. It's really bad, but I don't know why I like it.
Do you prefer catamarans or monohulls?
For now, it's monohulls all the way.
If you could take any boat and go anywhere, which boat would you pick and where would you go?
I would like to sail across the Atlantic in an old team.
Can you tell us your secret best mooring spot?
No, because it's a secret.
What scares you or alarms you most about being at sea?
The thing that really, really frightens me is climbing the rig at sea. I will never, ever, ever enjoy that. It terrifies me.
Do you have any last final words of wisdom to share with us?
I put this project together starting with nothing. I don't have a title sponsor yet and I'm looking for one. I would love for everybody to go to my website, to follow my social media, to share it, to get the message out there, because the more people who know about what I'm doing, the more likely I am to find my title sponsor. And also I just want to share it with you.